Alrighty guys, welcome back for another demonstration with PARTAY Sirius C Black DIY Screen Paint here. And I wanted to do a little bit of an emphasis on evening time performance. We're getting into the late afternoon here in my neck of the woods, and I wanted to be able to show you this demonstration as we try to pretty much mimic what an average living room situation, a realistic living room lighting might be in some small to mid-sized living rooms if you wanted to go this route. So we have the overhead light on, we brought up a lamp from downstairs, and then of course we have the two regular lamps that I use in my space every night. We also have some light coming in here from the kitchen area, and the door is open as well. So I'm going to take a quick reading here with my trusty lux meter. And I want to give a quick shout out to a certain individual who was looking at lux meters and had lots of nice things to say about this particular model, the MT912 light meter. Yeah, you could do lots of interesting stuff with this thing. So thank you for validating my tools for my demonstrations. It means that I'm being 100% honest with anybody who watches this, whether you like me or you don't, you think I'm a shill or you think I'm not, whatever the case may be. I'm being honest and I'm sharing my experiences with you when I look at certain products. I'm not paid to do so. I have free range on anything that I need to say about anything that I look out from anybody. And 99% of the time, I pay for what I get here to review. Now with Danny, it's a little bit different because I did pay for Sirius A, which I still have in the container, but also expressed interest in later on getting Sirius C to take a look at it. And he surprised me and sent it to me as a surprise. So with that being said, I guess I got a buy one, get one deal on that, I guess you can say. But with that being said, let's take a look at the actual number of lux at the center of the screen so we know exactly what we're dealing with. Now the overhead light is really, really close here to the screen, but we'll take a look and see what we got here. We'll give this a minute to kind of catch up here. So around 35 to 36 lumens right here in the center. As we get up higher, it's going to be a little bit more. So just giving you a range here of what we're seeing. Okay, just so you guys know. Okay, we're not hiding any numbers. What's different about this is that I'm using a low lumen 1080p projector from JVC. This is the X35B. It's 1080p, 1300 lumens. Now Sirius C recommends for best results a projector with 2000 lumens and up. But that doesn't mean that you can't get an image with less lumens, or even that you can't get a good image with less lumens under these reasonable conditions, right? Realistic conditions. I don't have floodlights flying everywhere. I'm not trying to make it seem like I have more light in the room other than what I actually have. And I give you numbers to prove that point. So I want to unhide this because Screen Innovations likes to use this demonstrations to highlight their black diamond technology. But let's be realistic. Any DIY screen paint is not going to be up to the level in terms of Screen Innovations, but they also don't carry the massive price tags. So if you're budget conscious and you just absolutely refuse, whether you have the money or not, you absolutely refuse to pay $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 for a screen, but you want black, you want some contrast, you're a black level heavy contrast lover, you salivate at the thought of watching OLED demonstrations from sun up to sundown, you might want to take a look at Sirius C because the black levels are absolutely phenomenal when you compare to a white screen. And even though JVC is fantastic for their native contrast levels, even on old school 2013, 2014 projectors like the X35B, we're still able to see quite a bit of difference in black level. This is the best black that JVC, my JVC 1080p projector can produce under these lighting conditions. but take a look at Sirius C. Wow, what a big, big difference, huh? That is contrast. We take a little bit of a bump here to the actual color, right? In the brightness. But man, look at that black level, huh? What about that? But that's just a quick demonstration for you there. So 1300 lumens at the screen here. Let me get you set up and not overexposed here. Okay, there we go. Now let's get into some real action. And let's start taking a look at our picture quality from a low lumen, 1300 lumens, 1080p JVC projector here in the space. And just so you know that there's no fudgery whatsoever, we're gonna go into our picture mode here, cinema, and we're gonna go ahead and do a live reset for you so that you know no numbers, no brightness, nothing has been altered. The gamma is natively set to A. We'll go into advanced things here, and we can see that our lens aperture is 100% open, but our lamp is in low mode. I can get into a higher mode at the cost of some fan noise. I tend not to like fan noise, so I'd rather just deal with a little bit less light output. So we're dealing with probably about, even though it's a claimed 1300 lumens here, we're actually probably getting about maybe 1100 to 1200 maybe. I have about 406 hours on this lamp, okay? So you can see that the image, even under this normal lighting conditions with 1300 lumens on a screen paint that recommends 2000 lumens and higher, we are severely under the recommended lumen output for our projector for this particular black screen paint, but yet we're still able to get a fully immersive, colorful, natural image from this 1080p 2013-2014 JVC projector with about 36 lux at the center of the screen. That's remarkable. That is remarkable. And in contrast to other screen paint products that try to emphasize running at 1000 lumens on an old projector, right? With less resolution and this and that, somehow that validates the ability to project an image. Well, let's take a look really quickly just for comparison of what we get here with Black Phantom here at the bottom of the screen. Both are in the black family, and you can see that Black Phantom is able to produce a absolute black, but any dynamic range is crushed out compared to Sirius C. This is what we see time and time again. High lumens, low lumens, 118 lux at the screen, or 36 lux at the screen. Sirius C stomps the competition with the black screen paints in the market. Now, somebody may have a different mix, something they've created on their own that they're happy with, and that's perfectly fine and acceptable. But when I say that Sirius C from PARTAY is the best black screen paint on the market, I mean screen paint that you can buy. And for $60, this is the kind of performance you can expect to see in a realistic environment. Now imagine you have something mid-range in terms of projector, right? You have maybe an old Epson 5030 or even one of their like 2045s or something like that that has around 22 to 2600 lumens available. Imagine the difference in an evening setting, right? This is 1300 lumens, actually probably more like 1100 to 1200 lumens actually at the screen here. And yet we're getting beautiful colors, natural imagery, and fully watchable, even though it's a black screen. And this is what I'm talking about when I've said I've been skeptical of black screens for a long time, and I got shocked and excited to see the results from Sirius C. Let's take a look at something else, right? Let's just take a look at colors, right? Look at the difference in color brightness. Look at that. Look at the purple down there. Look at the cyan. Sirius C is able to perform at a very high level. That perception of contrast comes from the ability to be able to produce convincing white levels and brightness levels. You're seeing the results here. Here's that white, again, that white square in the middle. You see what Sirius C is able to produce. The differences between the two of them. We're not hiding anything here, right? You can get a better absolute black, but you sacrifice a lot to get that. And that is the trend. Doesn't mean that you can't be happy with the other guy. I wouldn't recommend it, especially with a low lumen projector. I wouldn't recommend going this low on lumens for any black screen. It's not the right environment. There is an answer for every environment and every situation. Even the white screen has a place. That white screen may be the right screen for you in a dedicated cinema style room. Let's take a look at, where is the, I don't know what I did with it. Here's skin tones. Let's take a look at the girl's arm down there compared to what you're seeing above it, and the girl down here on the bottom, her face here. You see the differences in skin tones. These things matter. They're the whole piece of the pie here when it comes to picture quality. Sirius C is stomping, is absolutely killing Kenneth Bird style screen paint mixing. This is incredible. I mean, you know, this is why Kenneth Bird is reacting the way that he is. But results don't lie. Results don't lie. This is what kills them. Which one do you guys want to watch? Oh, I forget I'm not live. I'm not doing live. Let's just go into something random. I don't even remember what's on this one, but we'll take a look anyway. Yeah, Google. Sorry guys, I'm a bit of a goofball. All right, you see that, right? Look at the brightness difference with the lights on. But you know, what's this stuff look like with the lights off, right? So let's just say, well, you normally have lamps on, but you don't really keep an overhead light on unless somebody's moving around or somebody's dropped something. So let's create that realistic environment. Still have light, we still have lamps in the room, and this is probably more accurate to what somebody might have in their living room when they watch a projection screen. Any projection screen, from white to gray to fabrics to legit material vinyl based, screens are always going to perform better and be better with some ambient light controlled environments. That's just the way that it is. That's part of the technology. That's part of what is projection and what you have to deal with. Even ALR screens will have this problem of not looking their 100% best unless it's in a, kind of controlled environment where you don't have floodlights all over the room and trying to, convince people that you've got, the sunlight just, blaring down and you got sun killer technology and all that's just blah, 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 blah. Performance matters. Realistic environments matters. Real numbers about how much light you're actually is at the screen, that stuff matters. Doing a live picture reset matters because nobody else does that stuff. They got to show you their products with their best settings under their best environments, and they constantly manipulate that damn camera, and they only show you certain types of content in order to give them the advantage. And that's where I'm a little bit different. And I'll repeat, what Danny said to me earlier is that, hey man, you got free range, do whatever you want with this stuff. That's confidence that other people don't have. because I have a whole container of Sirius A that I'm willing to send out to any legit YouTuber or professional company or anything like that. Projector Screen Central, Projector Central, Audio Vice. I don't care who it is. If they want Sirius A to take a look at and test up against, head-to-head, unbiased, totally independent, against anything that Kenneth Bird can whip up in his little garage there, I will send it out. I won't use it. And yet, he can't answer that call. He can't answer that challenge because it's not controlled by him. But I've got free range from Danny to do whatever I want to show you guys out in the community, or anybody else for that matter who's interested in the DIY solutions when it comes to screens, particularly surrounding screen paints. Hey man, this is pretty darn good. Hard to beat this. And I don't have to lie about it. That's the great thing. You know how easy it would be for me to get something from Kenneth Bird or whoever the hell, and man, this is great. Kenneth Bird did a great job. That would be so easy for me to be able to, so much less pressure, because I'm getting sued and he's going to take my house and he's going to do all these things to me simply because he doesn't like my opinion. And because my opinion isn't what he wants to hear, somehow that's slander. You guys got to think about it. Danny told me I have open range, open season to do whatever I want with this product, to show it off, to use it, whatever I want to do. But with Kenneth Bird, you're going to have to sign a contract. You're going to have to sign basically an NDA, a gag order, that you can buy the product, but if you share an unfavorable opinion about the product, you say the magic words, think about it. If you have to sign an agreement to buy somebody's product because they're so concerned about what people are going to say about it, then they don't have the confidence to be out here in the space for real. When somebody says, hey, you bought it, it's yours, you have open season, you do what you want, that's confidence. That's confidence in the testing that you've done, whether it's on camera or not. That's confidence in your research. That's confidence in your execution as a business owner to put out a product that you feel proud to put out there for folks. And this is $60, by the way. $60, black screen paint, working with a 1300 lumen projector. And they tell you, hey, you need 2000 lumens and up to have best results. And that's not a lie, but it doesn't mean that you can't use low lumens and get a nice picture out of this. I don't necessarily recommend it. I would stick within the guidelines for best results, but I'm here to show you, wow, this is impressive. Even with low lumens, you can still get a great picture. And this is what kills Kenneth Bird. Guys, don't get suckered in to the drama. Don't get suckered into the intimidation tactics. Don't get suckered in to these fake tests of qualifying your product up to somebody's standards who, quite frankly, isn't the top dog out here anymore. Ouch, Ken, that must really hurt.